J. Pearl Williams, I think he cared enough to marry her because he knew she could be a weapon. Great minds think alike. He could use to attack the monarchy, all because he would never be king. Yes, absolutely agree. I've done so many videos, they're pretty old now, about exactly that concept. I could see that too very early on. I guess it was obvious to a lot of people, but it's an interesting theory, isn't it? Vicky Ward, the manipulation is beyond to think I watched her marry Hazard. Yes. It's extraordinary. It's extraordinary. And I think a lot of the division between William and Harry, which, well, we know a lot of the division between William and Harry was him frantically trying to warn his little brother. Can't you see? Can't you see what she is? Can't you see how manipulative? Can't you see? And the thing is, I think Harry could see. But William couldn't believe that Harry would willingly join up with someone of that caliber. William thought that he was being totally duped. But, I think Harry was pretty aware.
Hello, my darlings. Gather close, because today we are slicing straight through the nonsense with surgical precision. Shauna Kay woke up, took a deep breath, puffed up her chest, and declared to the world that Prince Harry ignored all the warnings about Meghan. And that Meghan, yes, Meghan, is embarrassing, scorned, and derided. Sweetheart, if delusion had a broadcast frequency, Shauna would be its radio host. So buckle up, because today we're not sipping tea. We're pouring boiling truth on every lie, every projection, and every lazy talking point she tried to dress up as commentary. Let's begin. Let's be very clear. All right, let's clear the air and silence the noise. Shauna Kay's take isn't just a hot take. It's a recycled, lukewarm narrative rooted in the very toxicity Prince Harry and Meghan chose to escape. It's time to dismantle this piece by piece and let the truth reign. Every warning Harry allegedly got wasn't about Meghan's character. It was about the institution losing control. What Meghan represented was independence, modernity, intelligence, and worst of all, a woman Harry actually loved on his own terms. The warnings were: don't marry someone we didn't approve of. Don't marry someone who can't be controlled. Don't marry someone who isn't British aristocracy. Don't marry someone who will speak when spoken to. And also speak when not spoken to. None of that has anything to do with Meghan's worth as a human being, and everything to do with the monarchy's outdated, rotting internal politics. Shauna repeating that narrative is just her recycling royalist propaganda without understanding it. Notice how people like Shauna never provide examples, context, receipts, or logical reasoning. Instead, they do what Meghan's haters always do: throw lazy emotional adjectives and expect them to stick. Embarrassing, full of scorn, subject of derision. Ma'am, Meghan's living rent-free in your head and the British press's editorial rooms simultaneously. You can't call someone embarrassing while writing 3-paragraph rants about her every time she breathes. If Meghan were truly embarrassing, she wouldn't be. Booked, busy, successful, thriving, rich, influential, and unbothered. Embarrassing people aren't invited to global stages. Embarrassing people aren't shaping pop culture. Embarrassing people don't crash websites when they launch products. Embarrassing people don't sign multi-million-dollar deals. Let Shauna be serious. You know what is embarrassing? Grown adults foaming at the mouth over a woman they've never met. A press corps obsessed with the Duchess, while the monarchy has actual scandals to answer for commentators who project hate and call it analysis. The never-ending Meghan-bashing industrial complex created purely for profit, Shauna is just another cog in that tired machine. This idea that Meghan is a subject of scorn is only true within one tiny, bitter monarchist echo chamber. The same people who tried to convince the world Princess Diana was the problem. We all know how that narrative ended. Let's tell the truth boldly. Meghan isn't hated because she's embarrassing. She's hated because she's a threat. A threat to the monarchy's outdated image, the tabloid puppet relationship with the palace, the idea that only certain women deserve royal respect, the old British class system, the notion of knowing one's place. Meghan represents independence, intelligence, modernity and self-worth. She represents a woman who refused to bow down, shut up, disappear, perform or tolerate disrespect. That's what they call scorn, but it's really fear, and fear makes people like Shauna loud. Harry saw exactly what was happening because he'd lived it with his mother. He recognized the dog whistling, the racial undertones, the misogyny, the smearing, the coordinated leaks, the press palace backdoor deals, and he made a choice. Protect his wife and children, not protect the same institution that destroyed his mother. Shauna can call that ignoring warnings if she wants, but the rest of us call it evolution growth, love backbone accountability. Harry didn't make a mistake. He made a stand. Let's talk about Prince Harry, a figure who has always drawn attention. Critics paint him as naive, but he's lived under relentless scrutiny, served bravely in combat, and witnessed firsthand the media's toll on his mother. Marrying Meghan was an act of courage, not recklessness or impulsiveness. He recognized the same destructive patterns and prejudice aimed at Meghan, echoing the past. Harry chose to protect his family, prioritizing their well-being and happiness over tradition. His actions show integrity and strength, not weakness or fear. He saw the warnings for what they truly were: prejudice, not genuine concern. Harry's choice was about love, authenticity, and mental health for his family. So let's wrap this up with the truth. The only embarrassing thing here is the quality of Shauna's commentary. No depth, no receipts, no thought. Just the same reheated royalist talking points served in a different tone. Meanwhile, Meghan? She's thriving, she's glowing, she's working. She's living a life so soft it melts her haters' bones. If that's embarrassing, then baby, let the embarrassment flow. So, to shutter the lies, the truth is that a man chose his wife and mental health over a gilded cage. The truth is that a woman is thriving despite a global campaign to diminish her. The truth is that their story isn't one of failure, but of liberation. And that is a truth that makes some people very, very uncomfortable. My darlings, that's the truth. Shauna's take doesn't stand up to scrutiny because it wasn't built on truth, it was built on resentment. But as always, here on Meghan and Harry Tales, we don't just dismantle lies, we burn them to ash. Until next time.